Hey there, it's Adam here from adaminsights.com, and this video is mainly geared to those of us in Australia, and I want to ask the question, NBN, what has gone wrong? And why are those of us who previously were on higher quality, more superior connections with less dropouts, that were also faster connections, and in many cases less expensive, being forced over to the NBN, where we've got a slower service, it seems to be more dropouts, and it's costing more? I want to ask that question here, and I'll give you a bit of context. I'm currently filming this video in January 2020. Up until about 9 months ago, I lived in my house, and I was on Telstra Cable Internet. And that particular package that I was on with Telstra Cable Internet cost me about $80 per month. It gave me unlimited downloads. Initially, when I had signed up for it, it gave me about 50 megabit per second download and about 20 megabit per second upload. Telstra actually ended up just upgrading that at no charge, and so for the second half of the time when I was on that connection, I was actually on 100 megabit per second download and around 50 to 60 megabit per second upload. It was great, and it generally even went above that, so I could download at about 120 to 150 megabit per second and upload stuff at up to about 75 megabit per second. It was brilliant for YouTube, downloading web server backups, streaming. If I needed to reinstall one of my Macs, I could re-download the Mac OS and reinstall all my apps and download everything from iCloud in a matter of maybe an hour and a half, and it was ready to go, which was fantastic for me because prior to getting cable internet, I was on ADSL, and it was a reasonably good value ADSL package with another supplier, but if ever I needed to do a reinstall of something and re-download everything from iCloud, it would take me maybe a day or so, and uploading a YouTube video was quite slow. But that's why I really liked the Telstra Cable Internet. I thought it was fantastic value for $80 a month. I was really happy. Anyway, 9 months ago, I moved out of my house because I was getting some rebuilding work done and I couldn't be here. So I've now moved back in January 2020. And I'm really happy with the house, it's great. But during that time, Telstra Cable Internet is just no longer available. As someone at Telstra explained to me, they no longer own the cables, or the wires, they just can't offer that package anymore. So the HFC type connection, even though it is physically the same wire, it's no longer owned by Telstra, and the Telstra Cable Internet is not available here anymore. So I had to go with NBN. So I was thinking, oh well, technology always gets better as time progresses, right? So for about the same money, I should be able to get the same type of package or better. Nah. So right now, $75 a month, so only $5 a month less than what I was previously paying for my Telstra Cable Internet at 100 megabit per second. I'm now on an NBN plan, which only gives me 20 megabits per second if I'm lucky. This is like going back to ADSL, and I'm paying $75 a month for it. It really isn't that great. Now, yes, I could look at some other providers, but currently there's only about $5 a month difference in it. And Telstra does give you the advantage that if your NBN box fails, or if there's a problem, you do get the free mobile data backup on the modem. That's good, and you know what, in many cases I actually get a faster connection by pulling the plug out of my NBN connection and just using the Telstra mobile backup data in their smart modem. But this is the thing, NBN just seems to be ripping me off, and if I want to actually have a connection the same as what I had at this exact same address 9 months ago, or prior to switching from Telstra Cable Internet to this new NBN thing, if I want the same type of connection as I had when I was on Telstra Cable Internet, I've got to pay upwards of about $120, and that's about the same no matter which supplier I look at. So it really does seem that the whole NBN thing is a more expensive type of connection with less speed. And you know what? It drops out a lot. Previously, Telstra Cable Internet, I reckon over a 18-month period, I might have had 2 dropouts when I had to unplug and plug the modem back in. It was actually really good. I thought it was fantastic. This NBN thing, I reckon maybe once every 5 days, it just seems to stop, and I have to go and unplug the modem, plug it back in. It's annoying. So I feel like I'm getting ripped off by the NBN. Is this the same for everyone? I mean, you've only got to, say, search Whirlpool or some of the other forums, and there's plenty of people saying that they were very happy on Telstra Cable Internet, but getting pushed over to NBN, they're getting a worse service. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'd really like to hear from some more people, and maybe we can actually get some conversation here on what can we actually do to improve this. Is there a way I can change settings in my modem to try and get a better connection? I don't know. Let's get some conversation happening here. And I mean, as a bit of a background, the NBN has always been sort of, well, how can I put it? The NBN has probably been under a cloud for a lot of the time that people have, a lot of the time that it's been around. It was originally an election promise by Kevin Rudd back in, what, 2007. He was going to, that was one of his election promises to try and get in. He was going to roll out the NBN across Australia. And it didn't exactly go to plan. It just seemed to take forever, and then I believe that when the Liberal government got in 2013, there was some more changes to the NBN's rollout, and it just seems that we've gone backwards with the NBN. To me, I look at the connection I've now got at home, and I genuinely think I've gone backwards compared to what I was able to get previously on Telstra Cable Internet at $80 a month. And before I was on that, I was on a really good value ADSL plan that for like $39 a month. Although it was slow, it was good value for what it is. Now it seems that for $75 a month, I've got something that, I don't know, it seems just like the old ADSL plan that I was paying like $39 a month for. So I'm not too happy with the NBN as it stands. But I want to hear from some more people. Let me know what you think. Thanks, guys.